Sometimes we can freak out about sharing our faith. We start thinking, what do I say? What if I can't answer their questions? Or what if they make fun of me or reject what I'm saying? Oh no! These are all some tough questions, and we will address them in our next series, How Do I Share My Faith? So our first step is, have a conversation. When you're talking to someone with the intention of sharing your faith, remember this. You are talking to a person. Treat them like you would anyone else. Tell them hi, smile, introduce yourself, get to know them, ask some questions, and build a friendship. All in all, be friendly. If you're warm and people know that you're caring and respectful, there's a higher chance they'll listen to what you have to say. Some good questions to ask would be, so do you go to church? If they answer yes, ask where, and if they say no, ask what they believe in. You can ask, so what do you think happens when you die? Do you think you'll go to heaven? Do you think there is a heaven? You can ask, so where do you think we all came from? Do you believe in the Big Bang? Do you believe that God actually created everything? But remember, this is a conversation. Don't make it complicated. Get to know them, know what they believe in, respect their beliefs, and from there you can talk about how you're involved in church or your belief in Jesus. Now, a lot of times Christians can think that when you share your faith, you need to be able to answer each and every one of their questions. And if you can't answer a question, you failed. You can't think that. There's a lot of people in this world, and let's face it, there's a lot of things we don't know about the Bible, faith, science, politics, and so on. So if someone asks you a question you don't know, say you don't know. It's okay if you don't know everything. If they really want an answer to their question, tell them you can do some research and get back with an answer another time. And if they're a stranger and they're really curious, then exchange emails or something. A lot of times when sharing your faith, the key isn't to answer all their questions, but to ask them questions that make them think. When they tell you what they believe, ask them why they believe what they believe. If they believe in atheism, ask why. If they believe in Mormonism, ask why. You can go through the list, but whatever their belief is, know their reasoning. You can say things like, well, I'm a Christian, so I believe the Bible for truth. What do you guys read? Or what would you recommend? You know, I remember when I was talking with a coworker a few years back, and I was talking to him about faith in God, and we had a good chat, and we both asked some questions about our differing beliefs, and when we were done with our 45-minute conversation, he looked at me and said, "You're a Christian? Wow, you're the first Christian to ever listen to what I had to say. Normally, Christians just tell me I'm wrong and they shove their beliefs down my throat." You see, when sharing our faith, we need to remember, sometimes people just need someone to listen to them. Be willing to give them your time and make sure they know that you care. All right, so that's our first video. I hope it helped. So join us next time as we continue our series on How Do I Share My Faith?